This is the AI News Flash for May 29th, 4 p.m. UTC. First up, California Governor Gavin Newsom signs comprehensive executive order to confront economic impacts of rapidly advancing AI technology, marking a decisive turning point for state-level AI economic policy in the United States and establishing the most important milestone for West Coast AI economic policy. Governor Newsom signed a comprehensive executive order addressing labor market disruption and widening economic inequality driven by rapid AI deployment. The order quantifies the economic impact of AI-driven workforce reductions, dramatically expands worker retraining programs, strengthens AI skills education, establishes corporate AI implementation guidelines, and creates a comprehensive framework for state government AI governance. Silicon Valley's concentration of AI companies has accelerated regional economic inequality, prompting direct gubernatorial intervention as a decisive case study. Against the backdrop of hyperscaler combined capital expenditure reaching $725 billion in 2026 and AI infrastructure Phase 2 beneficiary stocks rallying, this executive order responds to the cascading wave of AI-driven job cuts, including 4,000 at Block, 4,000 at Salesforce, 20,000 at HSBC, 2,500 at Morgan Stanley, and 700 at Cloudflare, with cumulative tech sector AI-related layoffs exceeding 158,000 amid intensifying conflict between the White House's federal preemption strategy and 38 state-level AI regulations. California's distinct AI economic policy establishes a decisive differentiation. With Goldman Sachs projecting AI automation could affect 300 million jobs globally, and Dallas Federal Reserve data showing 13% employment decline in AI-exposed roles for workers aged 22 to 25. This policy responds to urgent public concern. 55% of American adults perceive AI as more harmful than beneficial, and 70% worry about job losses. Newsom is widely viewed as a leading 2028 presidential candidate, making AI economic policy a defining political axis. AI employment policy is virtually certain to be the largest contested issue in the 2026 midterms, positioning this as the most important milestone for U.S. AI economic policy in 2026. News 2. Carbon Brief exclusive analysis reveals U.S. AI boom is driving fossil fuel power infrastructure investment to surpass China for the first time in history, fundamentally transforming global energy investment patterns and marking a decisive milestone for U.S. AI infrastructure energy policy. Carbon Brief's exclusive analysis confirms surging U.S. investment in natural gas and coal power infrastructure driven by the AI boom has for the first time propelled the United States past China as the world's top fossil fuel power investor. Explosive AI data center electricity demand has accelerated large-scale natural gas plant construction by U.S. utilities, including Southern Company and Chevron's $7 billion 5-gigawatt West Texas plant slated for 2027, and Meta's $27 billion Hyperion project tied to 7 Entergy gas plants generating 5,200 megawatts in Louisiana, signaling the rise of a distinctly American AI infrastructure energy strategy. Amid hyperscaler combined capex of $725 billion in 2026 and IEA projections that 2030 data center electricity consumption will reach 1,100 terawatt-hours, equivalent to Japan's entire national consumption, U.S. AI data centers now depend on fossil fuels for 60% of their power. Despite Microsoft's 3 Mile Island restart, Amazon's X-Energy partnership, and Google's Kairos Power SMR investments accelerating nuclear AI infrastructure, fossil fuel dependency has surged to a historic inflection point. In stark contrast to China's 15th five-year plan emphasis on AI technological self-sufficiency through massive renewable energy investment, U.S. AI infrastructure faces structural lock-in to fossil fuel power, severely complicating greenhouse gas emission reduction targets. This trend aligns with intensifying grassroots opposition, Matthews, North Carolina's unanimous rejection, Andover, New Jersey's prohibitory ordinance, and growing Pennsylvania, Perth resistance, establishing AI data center siting as a nationwide community backlash phenomenon. AI energy policy is virtually certain to be the largest contested issue in the 2026 midterms, positioning this as the most important turning point for U.S. AI infrastructure energy policy in 2026. News 3. KUO exclusive investigative report reveals Washington state seniors face seriously deteriorating care denial and delays under AI-driven Medicare review programs, marking a decisive turning point for healthcare AI governance and a critical milestone for consumer protection risk emerging in U.S. Medicare and Medicaid AI implementation. QUOW's exclusive investigation found Washington state's Medicare Advantage plans now run AI-driven prior authorization review programs in full operational mode. But care denial and delay incidents for elderly patients have grown severely. AI review algorithms making mechanical determinations increasingly restrict access to vital medical services, with particularly high AI denial rates in long-term care facilities, rehabilitation services, and home health care. While CMS expands AI fraud detection programs, this case decisively exposes how AI review systems pose real consumer protection risks. United Health Group's $3 billion AI investment, 22,000-strong engineering workforce, AI companion Avery expanding from 6.5 million to 20.5 million members, and automated medical claims fraud detection and clinical documentation epitomize accelerating healthcare AI implementation. Yet, this momentum has made healthcare AI transparency and governance an urgent challenge. The Pennsylvania Attorney General's lawsuit against AI companies for false medical information and Maine's law restricting AI therapy to licensed professionals reflect state-level legal regulation of AI medical misuse, now in full swing. Aligned with cases like the Kaiser Permanente AI clinical incident lawsuit and Character AI minor-related lawsuit, part of the broader trend of legal regulation in healthcare AI, and the rapid expansion of FDA-approved AI medical devices exceeding 115, alongside widening harm from unlicensed AI chatbot medical advice, this situation demands urgent action, with 78-plus AI chatbot safety bills under consideration in 27 states, intensifying conflict between the White House's federal preemption strategy and 38 state-level AI regulations creates a complex compliance environment for enterprises. This positions healthcare AI governance as the most important turning point of 2026. News 4. GeekWire exclusive report reveals U.S. AI cloud infrastructure leader CoreWeave is doubling the scale of its Bellevue headquarters office space, marking a decisive turning point for AI infrastructure company, explosive growth, and a defining milestone for the AI boom across the U.S. Seattle metro region. According to GeekWire's exclusive report, U.S. AI cloud infrastructure leader CoreWeave is doubling the scale of its Bellevue, Washington headquarters office space, dramatically expanding Seattle region AI-related employment with planned hiring of several hundred additional engineers. Following CoreWeave's Q1 revenue first surpassing $1 billion year over year, Anthropic's multi-year cloud contract, a 13% stock surge, and Meta's expanded $21 billion deal, this represents a decisive case of AI infrastructure operators entering an explosive growth phase. CoreWeave directly benefits from large-scale procurement and deployment of NVIDIA, Blackwell, and Vera Rubin GPUs, with independent AI cloud operators rapidly emerging and accelerating structural diversification away from the Microsoft Azure, Amazon, AWS, and Google Cloud hyperscaler-centric AI compute infrastructure model. Amid hyperscaler combined capex of $725 billion in 2026, the rise of AI neocloud operators, CoreWeave, Nebius, Crusoe, Lambda, and FluidStack, is accelerating dramatically. Institutional investors are entering a full beneficiary stock selection phase in AI infrastructure phase 2, accelerating diversification from NVIDIA's $5.5 trillion market cap monopoly structure. In Seattle's tech hub centered on Amazon and Microsoft, CoreWeave's full-scale AI infrastructure operator expansion marks accelerating diversification of AI investment themes beyond Silicon Valley's monopolistic concentration, including growing diversification of U.S. tech hubs, combined with the Manhattan premium office leasing market overheating from AI company large-scale leases. This represents a nationwide AI company office market expansion trend, marking a decisive turning point for commercial real estate in the AI era and positioning this as the most important milestone for U.S. AI infrastructure company explosive growth in 2026. News 5. Fortune magazine exclusive report features AMD CEO Lisa Su's graduation address declaring the world doesn't need people who know how to use powerful AI tools, asserting humans, not AI, shape the future, marking a decisive turning point as tech industry top leadership advances a fundamental rebalancing between AI technology and human capability, and a defining milestone for tech leadership AI hype skepticism. In Fortune magazine's exclusive coverage, AMD CEO Lisa Su delivered a major U.S. university graduation address, where she unequivocally stated that amid rapidly advancing AI technology, the world does not need people who simply know how to use powerful AI tools. Rather, the future is shaped by humans, not AI. Echoing NVIDIA CEO Jensen Huang's warning to AI leaders to stop fueling fear, This represents accelerating tech industry top leadership, skepticism toward AI hype, reaffirming AI technology's toolside role while reasserting the essential value of human capabilities, creativity, critical thinking, and ethical judgment. Against deepening institutional investor concerns about an AI bubble, reflected in Michael Burry's $1.1 billion AI bubble put options. Norway's sovereign wealth fund warning of 35% loss risk, and IMF private credit industry AI boom overheating warnings. AMD's chief executive directly champions a fundamental rebalancing between AI technology and human capability. This aligns with Box CEO Aaron Levy's scathing critique of Silicon Valley's mass layoff wave as evidence that tech leadership suffers from AI psychosis, reinforcing the broader trend toward enterprise AI implementation realism. In contrast to Pope Leo XIV's Magnifica Humanitas encyclical declaration that lethal autonomous weapons can never be permitted as part of emerging global AI ethics governance frameworks, AMD CEO Lisa Su's graduation message emphasizes the essential value of human creativity and capability. While Harvard new graduate hiring declined sharply and IBM tripled new graduate hiring reflect macroeconomic AI labor market impacts, this perspective reaffirms AI technology as a human augmentation tool, with 55% of American adults viewing AI as more harmful, an 11-point increase, and 70% worried about job losses. AI employment policy is virtually certain to be the largest contested issue in the 2026 midterms, positioning this as the most important milestone for tech industry AI hype skepticism in 2026. That's all for this AI news flash.